I'm Rachel Sklar, the co-founder of Change the Ratio, which is an initiative to increase visibility, opportunity, and access for women in technology and, I guess, other fields and other groups, really. You know, any ratio that needs to be changed, I'm here to change it.
Why did you feel it was important to come?
I was interviewing Dr. Lisa Masterson of the Doctors. She was talking about Millennium Development Goal number 4, infant mortality, and number 5, maternal health, obviously interrelated. My bread and butter is Millennium Goal number 3, which is female empowerment and gender equality, and those 3 things are inextricably linked. And so I was talking to her about what she's doing. She's doing amazing, incredible things to help women in developing countries improve their chances of survival in pregnancy. You know, and here in developed countries, pregnancy is not that much of a risk. I mean, it's always going to be a risk, but technology has been used to make sure that everything that can be looked after is. For these women, they walk 25 miles to the nearest clinic. You know, she was saying that you have 2 women giving labor to a bed. I mean, these are not conditions that promote health. And so the mortality rate for children and for mothers is way more off the charts than it needs to be. And the work she's doing is amazing to do something to combat that.
So what are we doing wrong then? I mean, is it a really simple solution that people need to realise? Is it just more money and more technology, or what is it that needs to be done?
I think it's not a question of what are we doing wrong. I mean, there's a very complex we. One of the questions I asked her was, do you encounter resistance? Are there entrenched power structures there? And she said actually governments have been very welcoming, but there are entrenched power structures. You know, there are issues like genital mutilation. That's not going to help you when you're pregnant. Just a lack of care, a lack of coordination. So what Dr. Lisa does, I mean, she brings it over there. She has actually physically started clinics, but she also was speaking about the way that technology can ameliorate things over there. You know, how doctors over here could theoretically be monitoring deliveries, patients from here via technology, using their phone to check out a fetal heart rate monitor of a patient in sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, these things are possible, and so there does need to be coordination, and people need to be incentivized to invest in that, to not only give charitably, but to recognize that that's a key to helping to develop these countries quickly, because, you know, healthy women, healthy kids, that's a workforce, and that's a market, frankly. So even if you don't care about it from a humanitarian aspect, smart business people can recognize that there is opportunity in saving lives.
Right. What do you hope this week will achieve? You know,
honestly, I mean, at minimum awareness. There are so many people out there who do care. They care, and they need a place to focus that caring. They need to be inspired. They need to hear it. These are stories that people get inured to it, and they get distracted by their lives. You need to stop short and realize that it's a really big world. We are all part of it, and we can really do things to make a difference. And that is an easy thing to say, but it's also not that difficult to follow up with action. And social media can do so much for social good. It can be a great tool for awareness raising. It can be a great tool for fundraising. It can be a great tool just to catalyze people and get them galvanized in an issue they didn't know was going to take over their life. And that's sort of what happened to me. So I think that, you know, at the most basic, awareness raising, and then it all piles on from there in the best possible way.